Hi guys, welcome back. Today is Sunday, February 22nd, 2009, and it's about 11 o'clock, 2 minutes late, but we're doing a lot better getting started at the right time. As usual, Deborah and Kinsley are on the phone with me right now. We're going to be discussing two Amber Alert cases, and then we're going to get to the case that we missed, we didn't have time for last night, and then we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go into the public dream viewings, not the missing person cases. We're going to open up a case that a lot of people have requested for us to redo. We will be redoing it, but tonight we're going to discuss what we have so far, and that's JonBenet Patrick Ramsey. Okay, so that said, Deborah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and Kinsley, you with me?
I'm here.
And how's everybody today?
Doing just fine. Doing.
Okay, great. What I'm trying to do, guys, I'm trying to run the images and the overlays you see up top. I do that myself, and I'm just going to get the pictures back up. We have the pictures loaded for tonight. I'm just going to get to them. Oops. Okay, real quick. I'm going to resize this. Guys, this is Adji, and as you know, we're going to keep talking about him until he's found. And there's this picture right there. Okay, so bring up the case file too. While I'm doing that, first of all, I wanted to thank you guys for going to findadji.com. We are now listed in Google. If you Google Find Adji, we're the #1 return, and if you Google his name, we are on the 3rd page and moving up. So thank you guys so far for coming, to the forums and registering, and helping spread the word. If you know anybody. Anybody that's interested in helping in this case and getting the word out, please do so by going to findadji.com. And Adji is ADJI.com. Am I correct, Deborah, on that one? ADJI.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So the Adji, his case was open. That's case number 648. It was opened January 14th, 2009. There's no need to go into all the stuff that we said before because we said it over and over and over again. As far as new information, I have none. I have no additional dream drawings done on that case. The archives of all the shows that we've done so far are also on that page. Deborah or Kinsley, do you guys have anything additional news for Adji?
No, I really don't, except for the fact that if anyone has any questions, concerns, needs help in any way, shape, or form, help@findadji.com would be the email address.
Okay.
Also, it's supposed to be airing on February 28th was it 9 p.m.? Yeah. At 9 p.m.
Okay,
on
yeah.
America's Most.
Okay, right. Is that a different time, or is that the same time we had put out before?
That's the same time.
Okay, and that will be this Saturday, America's Most Wanted, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those, okay, for those of you that aren't able to get him, or what channel is America's Most Wanted on? What isn't that? It's a network, right?
That's on Fox.
Okay, it's on Fox. For those of you that don't get Fox, I know in the UK you have Sky News, and I think Sky is the same thing as Fox. I don't think they're going to show America's Most Wanted. But you can go to, I believe, watchtv.net, something like that, and actually watch these shows live too, anywhere in the world. Okay. So once again, we're continuing to work on the findadji.com website. Last night, I think I downloaded 10 language packs, 2 of them being Spanish and French. I asked somebody today that Creole is I guess a form of French, and she was saying something around Native American. Do you guys know anything about that? I guess I should Google Creole. That's how you pronounce it, right? Creole.
Creole, yes.
Creole.
Creole.
I guess Googling that will probably let me do that right now. We got a little bit of time tonight, guys. We're not in so much of a rush. Deborah, can you spell that for me one more time?
Creole.
Okay. Okay, there's actually 2 returns.
You speak the Haitian Creole.
Okay, and one of them is a type of food. It says Creole language. Got it. Okay.
And he understands quite a bit, but he speaks less than 5 words.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. He does, but I'm guessing that a lot of people that he'd be associated with probably speak that language too. I'm not exactly sure if how many people down there speak English, or if they have access to the internet. But let's hope so. Okay, Creole language, or simply Creole, is a stable language that originates seemingly as a native ties. Okay. But it is French, and Spanish, and Portuguese is where it came from. Okay. I couldn't find a language pack for that, but I'm hoping that the ones we have up now will be sufficient. Okay. So once again, guys, find Adji.com. Please go to it. Please register. Please post something, anything. The more we post, the more the more we link to, whatever. It helps get the word out there. His picture is probably the most important thing right now. We have 3 pictures, I think 3 medium res pictures of Adji. If anybody has any additional pictures, please send them to the forums administrator, and we will get them posted too. So at this point, we don't have any any additional information for Adji, other than we really do want to get this child found. Okay, that said, let's move on to another Amber Alert case, which is still open. That's Haleigh Emery Cummings. Get a picture up right here. And our case was opened February 11th, 2009. As far as I know, she's still missing. There's been a lot of interest in this case. Deborah, do we have any, as far as news goes, do we have any additional news articles or anything on this one?
Well, actually, Kinsley has been following Haleigh's case closer than I have. I've been looking at some of the older ones myself.
Okay. Kinsley?
There's a lot of stuff, but nothing fairly recent. The newest thing is that the Fox News anchor that we know as Geraldo was banned from the camp. They served him with the trespassing notice, basically. He refused
Banned from
to
what
sign
camp? What camp?
From Ronald Cummings. From the father. He's not allowed back on the property.
Oh, okay. But what do you mean camp? You mean from the house? From
where they set up their tents.
Oh, okay. Like a command post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, aren't they staying in tents right now because they're not allowed to stay in the home?
Correct. The home, and that's another thing that's been, there's not been any articles on it, but people are really wondering, they can't think of any other time that a home has been quarantined off and called a crime scene this long.
Right, we're going on 2 weeks now. Tomorrow's going to be day 14, isn't it?
Correct.
I think it is.
Okay, so tomorrow will be 2 weeks. So they live in a trailer. He can't take that long to finish.
Trailer.
Right. So no one's still allowed in that trailer then?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that is sort of odd, isn't it?
Well, like most everything else in this case, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's too many inconsistencies and, varying stories on things, and, this is just one more thing that does not make sense.
Okay. All right, well,
And while they've cleared some people, such as the air conditioning guy and supposedly Misty's cousin, that was being questioned, because he left town at the same time, while they've cleared some people, they have not cleared others, such as Misty Crosland or Ronald Cummings. but they're still saying that everyone's a suspect and they have no persons of interest, but yet they haven't
Okay.
cleared the home, and they're continuing to investigate or interview them.
Okay, now, the father's girlfriend was the one...
Misty.
Okay, was the one that was supposedly watching her at the time.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Now, she said that she was there, sleeping in the same bed originally. Is that right?
That was the original story.
Okay. And then it turned to she was not in that room with them at the same time, with her at the same time.
She was in the same room, different bed was the next.
Okay, so we moved from the same bed to a different bed. Okay.
Correct.
And now there's reports that she wasn't in the same house.
There are tips that have come in that she wasn't even in the house at the time.
Okay. Now, if that's true, then the police would have a suspect. There would be no doubt. I mean, that would be, to me, a suspect. You just don't change your story like that. So then those tips must be inaccurate then.
Well,
They're
it
being
does.
very violent.
Uh-huh.
The law
It takes
enforcement are
time
being
to
very
explain.
violent.
Okay. Okay, so we don't know for sure if she was in that house or not. I mean, if somebody were to call in a tip and say she wasn't at that house, obviously they probably knew where she was at. I mean, was she at somebody else's house, or I mean,
Right after that, they took her back into questioning. The law
Okay.
enforcement did.
Okay,
They're
and
not letting anything be known other than that.
all right, I'm just trying to come up with something here. Okay, so let's just say she wasn't in the house. Okay,
Okay.
what time was it when Haleigh went missing?
Sometime between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m.
10 p.m., 3 a.m. What time did that 911 call? Do you know?
That was about 3:30, 3:27.
In the morning.
And the police were dispatched at 3:28.
Okay, in the morning.
Correct.
Okay, the girlfriend was there when he got home from work, right?
And she was standing outside, and he told her to call the police.
Okay, she was standing outside looking. Okay, so if reports are coming out that she wasn't in the house, where else would she be around 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing her boyfriend's at work?
Correct.
You see where I'm coming? Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so let's just say that. I'm wondering who else does she know? I'm just trying to figure out something here. I mean, if you're gone at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're supposed to be watching again, obviously she's doing something she does not want her boyfriend to know about. And she's not in the house. I mean, I don't know any other reason. Maybe she went to the store to get a pack of cigarettes or whatever. I mean, I don't know. But if she was not there while he was at work, something's up with that. I mean, and if the police don't have her in custody or whatever, then obviously she was there the whole time. I mean, I'd really like to find out where these reports are coming from that's saying that she wasn't there. Not saying I disbelieve him. Actually, I'm on the contrary. I mean, I think you change your story from one thing to another, and all of a sudden she's not there. I'm just wondering, do we know where that report came from?
It was a tip that was called into law enforcement.
Okay, and has law enforcement commented on that tip?
They have not, but immediately after they brought her back in for questioning.
Oh, okay. So they've known the tip. They brought her back in for questioning, and that tip must be.
And they've taken her in again since then.
Okay, then she's lying to the police. There's no doubt about it. She's lying to the police. So she's lying to the police. Either then she's with another guy, or she knows what happened to Haleigh. In my book. What else could she be doing? Other than...
And it's not just the story about about where she was sleeping. It's all that from what she was wearing when she went missing to. I mean, it just goes on and on and on.
Now, what she's wearing to me is not really that important because I mean, like I said, I don't know what my kids are wearing. I can see somebody not knowing that, but you do know if you're in the house or not. There's no doubt about that one. So, and if the police have brought her back, I guess you're sounding to me like the third time, something's up. So what I'm doing is I'm looking back here. Is that drawing on February 10th? I don't know if you can see it right on the case. Does that picture look similar to her? Does she have long hair?
She has. It's a little bit past shoulders, yes.
Okay. So that could actually be her.
Anything's possible.
Okay.
She and the mother, to me, look pretty similar.
And if she has a fascination with the color red, that might mean something. I don't know, but I'm just saying that doesn't make any sense to me that that you would not. If the report is true that she wasn't there, then there's something up with that. I'm not exactly sure, but I'd really like to figure that out. Okay, anything else on this one?
No.
What's the website that people need to go to for information on Haleigh? I know we had it somewhere.
It's bringhaleigh.com.
Okay, bringhaleigh.com. I'll put that at the top too. Let me do that right now.
Is that the one that Kid Finder set up, Deborah?
Yes, it is.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've read elsewhere where they were taking donations, and the family did not know where that money was going.
Okay.
I'm going to be really quiet on that one.
So apparently,
Okay,
things
bring
changed
bring
and
bring
now
Haleigh
the
home.
money's-
I'm looking at it right now. It says website provided by Kid Finders Network. It says you may make a donation to the Haleigh Cummings Donation Fund at any Bank of America and this account number. So more than likely, that's for the family. I mean, I wouldn't think that the Kid Finders would put their account number up there. So maybe that's changed since then. But it says you may, again, because there's a Haleigh Cummings Donation Fund at any Bank of America, and the account number is up there.
I think that there's been some changes made on that site, which
Okay.
is probably a good thing.
What are the donations for? Did we know?
No.
Okay. And a lot of times donations are for flyers and stuff like that. More expenses come in when you have a lot of searchers because you need to you give them refreshments and stuff like that. And I do know that search teams, SAR teams, are expensive, especially when you bring in the dogs and stuff like that. As far as I know, none of that's been going on, though, has it?
Not recently.
Okay.
They stopped it from their date.
Okay. As far as I say, there. Okay. What I'm saying again is I still say that there's no feeling of death, no feeling of harm or anything that I see on here. But the way it's looking, if possibly, I'm just hoping this is some type of stunt that this girlfriend pulled, or maybe this girlfriend's other boyfriend might be involved in. That's where that money comes from. Maybe because of the Kaylee Anthony saga that's been going on and all the money they've been talking about. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't really know. But I am looking here. I do have a location. It is posted. Is if anybody wanted to check that out or not. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
Actually, I forgot what I was going to
Okay,
say.
I do that all the time.
Doesn't happen very often, but I did.
Yeah. It comes from smoking too much crack. I'm just
Good
kidding.
one.
I don't smoke crack anymore. Okay.
So do I.
Okay, guys. This case is, like I said, has a lot of attention, and like every case should have a lot of attention. And we hope with the America's Most Wanted show coming out this Saturday and stuff, Adji will get the attention that he desperately needs. And we really have, like I said, we really have tried everything that we know of to do to get you guys to.
For everyone that's listening, as far as Adji goes, Bryan has told you to visit the website, findadji.com. If you look on the website, in the forums there are media contacts, and I've pulled the contact pages so it's very, very easy for you to email the local and the national media to try to get Adji's story more attention. So anyone that's listening, if you could please do that, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, that said, let me bring his picture up. First of all, we are not. This site is for Adji, and the only reason is to get his picture out there. We don't link to any other sites as far as doing with like Kid Finders, anything with donations or whatever. We don't take donations. We don't accept them. We don't want them. All we want is to get the picture out there. And any additional information you may have. That said, if you guys are good with videos, if you're good making, I've seen a lot of these YouTube videos that look really, really good, and they use some type of software. Please make something up. Anything. We'll link to it. We'll have people view it, because a lot of times when people see one of these videos, especially when you put some sound, song in there, and that really gets that pulls people's heartstrings to do something. And doing something, all doing something would be is forwarding an email to somebody. That's all you have to do. Anything, because this child could actually be anywhere than where I think he might be, and I hope that's not where he's at. But once again, just looking at news reports, barely nothing for Adji, and it's really, really sad.
He may not have as many interesting details, or how was it worded, Deborah?
I'm sorry, but I do not care if the circumstances were made for an episode of Jerry Springer or not.
Yeah. Well, that makes me think. Well, what can we do to bring attention to this? What can like you said, we want to do anything that we can. I mean, what do we have to do? Get naked or something? I mean, what is it going to take?
Smoke crack.
What what can we make up something to get this kind of attention? What's up? Let's just say that Cindy, what's her name? Anthony. I've already forgotten her.
Anthony.
Okay, what's the daughter's name?
Casey.
Casey Anthony. Let's just say Casey Anthony knew this family or knew something. I mean, say something like I know that's totally wrong, and I'm just joking around. But I mean, whatever it takes to get attention in this case, let's do it. I mean, there's got to be.
Well,
I hate to see.
Thing is, there's two types of cases that get attention, Brian, from what I've seen, and I really hate to think it's a racial issue, but I really wonder.
It may be, but I think that a lot of most news today is like, I'm trying to make our show a little boring, entertaining. Okay, I really am. I'm trying to throw some things in there, make it something kind of funny, but oops. That's real funny. I lost the graphic there, but news to me today seems like it's more of an entertainment, and we're seeing that. If people are watching, let's say with Kaylee and Haleigh, Kaylee Anthony, Haleigh Cummings, this is more of an entertainment than it is actually a news broadcast. We're trying to do everything we can, but it does seem people are interested in drama and more the entertainment than the news part. And the news media has actually turned these cases into entertainment. And that's what it is. You see it every night at 9 o'clock.
Well, it almost seems worse than watching a train wreck.
Yeah.
Some of these cases. But those are the ones that are getting attention. And
right.
Sadly, so many others are falling by the wayside.
Yeah, but I'm guilty of watching Nancy Grace and everything else. I mean, there's a reason why we do it. And in a way, some ways it's good because you are getting the attention out there. So let's create this same drama for Adji. You know what I'm saying? I mean, won't that work?
Okay, go for it. Drama.
Well, I mean, I don't want to falsify anything, but I'm just saying there's, something. Leonard Padilla, look, people like you, Go work on that case. Somebody else famous get involved,
Well, I'd be happy to
get a celebrity.
Leonard.
Yeah. Yeah, get a celebrity there, I mean, get somebody to, all it would take is one celebrity to go, hey, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna help find Adji.
Okay, I'm on it. I'll call Leonard Padilla.
Okay, call Leonard Padilla. Actually, I think we have his phone number. But
I actually do have it.
Call Leonard Padilla or whatever. I mean, if we're going to go with bounty hunters, let's go with the dog, right? Oh, wait a second. Never mind. Let me move on. Okay, we're going to be doing an old case. It's actually a murder case. JonBenet Ramsey. Let me get her picture up there real quick.
We're doing that one next, or are we going to
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. We'll do it. We'll do it as scheduled. I think what's going to happen is once we cover this, we're going to have to end this show and actually do a different episode just for JonBenet Ramsey. Would that make sense? Because
makes sense to me.
Okay. Okay. So we'll be going to case number 225. Once again, if you guys go to the links up top. You'll see should be, if you're in the chat room or whatever, you'll see a link. If not, just go to bryanstreams.com/lost, and you'll see it. It's actually by case number 2. And this is Mark Degner and Bryan Hayes. Did I pronounce that right? Degner?
Yes, you did.
Amazing. Okay.
It is amazing.
The case was requested to be open on December 5th of 2006 by Jennifer. She sent me something. She sent me a news article on that one. I responded back, said I would get it done. I got it done on 2 days later, on December 7th, 2006. And Deborah has the information on this case. This is actually 2 missing boys.
Right. I'm trying to pull that up and having a look. Okay, I think I actually have
take
it
your
now.
time. Take your time. Let me get their pictures up there first.
Okay.
There we go.
I got a blank page for a second there.
Okay.
I have it now, though.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, first we have Mark Anthony Degner. Both these boys have been missing since February 10th, 2005. Mark is, his date of birth is July 13th, 1992. He was 12 years old when he went missing. And he would actually be, he would be 16 right now. He was 5'1" and 100 to 120 pounds when he went missing. Caucasian male, brown hair, hazel eyes. He has a nervous tic. He shrugs his shoulders and blinks his eyes when he's nervous also. One of his ears is pierced, but he was not wearing an earring at the time that he disappeared. He was last seen wearing a light gray zip-up hooded sweatshirt and khaki pants. Mark Degner is classified as being developmentally delayed. He has the emotional development of someone that is 3 to 5 years younger. So he would be actually 11 to 13 as far as his development. He suffers from bipolar, high blood pressure, and he has kidney problems that requires medication every day. Both the boys were last seen at Paxton Middle School in Jacksonville, Florida. They were special education students there. After they had an argument with a teacher at 1:15 in the afternoon. Bryan Hayes was apparently seen getting into a car outside of the school, but they're not sure if Mark Degner got in that car along with him. They had no extra clothes, no money, and no belongings with them, not even their book bags or their coats. To begin with, they thought that the boys had run away because they had talked to their friends about running away. So that was the first thing that law enforcement thought when they went missing. And there was actually another boy that had planned to run away with them. But they did realize that they most likely did not run away, that they didn't go out their own accord. The day before they went missing, the school officials caught them trying to sneak away, but they were able to stop them.
I think I know why, but go on.
Okay, Bryan Hayes had a little bit of a problem with running away from home, but he never went any more than a few miles at a time and never for more than one day. Mark Degner, on the other hand, has no history of running away. And that's not of course, he realized that it probably was not a runaway situation. Both of them were relatively new as students at the middle school. Mark Degner had moved there from Indiana, and Bryan Hayes had moved there from Port Orange, Florida. After a few weeks passed and no one had heard from either of them, and because they have the medical problems, they both actually have medical problems, authorities finally classified them as endangered and that they possibly met with foul play. Now, that's what the reports are saying, and I know that's not what you came up with. They were actually last sighted in Haleigh, Florida in April of 2005. Those sightings were confirmed by law enforcement that it actually was them, but they did a search and they weren't able to locate them anyway. So if they were seen in April of 2005, they went missing February 10th of 2005. So a couple months after they went missing, they were seen, and law enforcement did verify that it truly was them, but could not find them.
Okay.
So let me pull
That's
up the...
that's actually really good, because if something's going to happen, it's going to happen right away. So if cops
Right.
verified that they were alive 2 months later, I think there's a really good chance that they're still alive today. And
Exactly. I'm
looking
going
at
to
this,
quickly give you the stats for
yeah.
Bryan Hayes
Okay.
then too, and,
Okay, keep going,
and that's, you know, the information I have.
Okay.
Yeah,
we got 15 minutes, so we're good. Go on.
Okay. Bryan Hayes, he was born on December 12th, 1991. He was 13 years old when he went missing. And so that would make him, let's see. Boy, my math is just not working. I think I need a nap. Anyway, I think he would be 15 or 16 right now. We'll leave it at that.
That's fine.
Someone else can do the math. He was 5 feet 3 inches tall, 150 pounds. Caucasian male, red hair, blue eyes. Bryan Hayes has a surgical scar extending from the front to his back on the left side of his torso. He also has freckles, and his skin turns red easily when he's in the sun. So, Bryan Hayes also classified as developmentally disabled, and he's also 3 to 5 years younger as far as his development. He suffers from bipolar also, and he requires daily medication for that. And, you know, just like Mark Degner, he did not have his medication with him. One thing about Bryan Hayes, though, is he has frequent angry outbursts as a result of his conditions. And something else that is listed here is that at the time that he went missing, one of his thumbs was broken, and he had a blue cast over his hand and his wrist because of it. And other than that, the information is basically the same. You know, they were together, and, you know, they possibly still could be.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I think that both of these kids or teenagers now are alive. The case was opened December 7th, 2006. The first three underlying says Mark and Bryan are safe, living with a 42-year-old convicted sex offender named Terry. He has a small home near Highway 92 in Orlando, Florida. Next one states the two boys are in his basement where they work. Apparently he's got them doing something in the basement. The basement has not always been with his home. He built it somehow 2 years ago. These are really important things here that can be looked into. This says that Bryan and Mark I'm just going to skip that part. Bryan and Mark are still together and are using drugs supplied by Terry. They have also never left the state. I'm not even sure if these kids have left this house. Next one says Bryan has tried to call home but hung up for some sort of reason. Not sure what these items are. Looking at those, I'm still not sure what those items are. One of them looks like maybe possibly a kite on the left-hand side, and I don't know, Deborah. I don't know. The good thing is we should probably do another one on this. There's a lot of information that was posted after with this, including a map and a location. I just got another map too. I just posted that up on the case file at the end. But this one we probably should redo. But to me it looks...
I agree with that, because they're still minors.
Right.
They're still underage, and, you know, they're most likely to find the...
Right, and this is also looking, you know, I was right about Sean Hornbeck and Ben Ombie, and I could be very well right about this one. I hope, actually, this one I hope I am right. I'll be proud to say I'm right on this one. There's information here. You know, if somebody just built a basement by themselves or something like that 2 years ago, we can figure out what time that was. That'd be something you would know, especially if you have the town. You know, there's specific information on here that could be really useful to law enforcement.
The other thing is
if they would pay attention,
located in Florida, and basements are very uncommon in Florida.
Yes.
There's not many basements in homes
Maybe
there.
that's why he built it himself, you think? You know, you can't.
Right, huh?
You could dig it because I don't. A lot of areas that you can't even build. You can't build a basement because of because of regular or some rules, how building codes and stuff like that. So I think it has something to do with the soil and probably the water table, right?
Well, that would make sense to me.
Kinsley, what did you just send me?
If you get further down south, there's less and less basements to the point that you have no basements.
All right. Kinsley, what did you send? I'm opening it now. We can't hear you if you're talking.
I heard a noise. Did we lose Kinsley?
I don't think so. Either way, she sent me an image. I'm downloading it right now. It says possibly Terry. I'm going to open it right now and see what it is.
You had another one on the case file that was a sex offender named Terry. I wonder if Kinsley found the same one.
I don't know. I'm posting. It's a map. She sent me a map, and I'm going to post that map too. So now we got two maps up on the.
She has a different one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that. When I can get Kinsley back, she can talk about that. Kinsley, if you can't talk to us, please just Skype something to us.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we do.
Okay.
You're back.
Okay, what's up with the map?
Basically, it's a site called Felony Spy where you can look up felons and sex offenders, things like that. And I did a search for that area near Highway 92.
Okay, so this is brand new stuff then, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is actually called US 92 is actually what it is, and there is a different listing. This one's Terrence, and he may go by Terry. It may not be related at all, but it is another option.
Okay.
And this one was his conviction was attempted sodomy in the 2nd degree.
Okay. Can you give tell the viewers what website you go to? There is any first of all, when you move into an area, you should always, especially if you have children, you should always check the area for sex offenders. There's different classifications of sex offenders. Basically, it has something to do with the age of the offense that took place. You can go to the government, but there are websites out now that do all the work for you, and it's free. What website were you going to?
This one's www.felonspy.com.
Okay, felonspy.com. And I do know there's a lot of other ones out there too. But yeah, definitely check into that. I looked in Berkeley Springs, and there was like I think 20. And that's like if you look closely, most of the time it was like with a 16-year-old, 17-year-old. I think there's maybe one that involves somebody under the age of 10, I believe. But that information, I believe, has to be public. Isn't that correct? Isn't there a law that was passed now that makes...
Yes, it does have to be public, and I'm not concerned with the ones that are slightly underage like that, boyfriend, girlfriend type things, or, quite frankly, I'm going to state this, but the ones that pee in public, because you can become a registered sex offender for urinating in public also. I'm not concerned about those.
Okay.
I have children.
Not here in West Virginia, Deborah. That's acceptable. We greet each other that way.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Go on.
To ever move there. I'll stay at the North Pole, thank you.
But yeah, go on with what you're saying though. This is good. You get some good stuff.
Well, an offense like someone urinating in public, or a boyfriend and girlfriend, and one is a little bit underage.
Yeah, there is a huge difference between somebody that, let's say a 19-year-old had sex with a 16-year-old girlfriend. Okay, I don't know if we should interfere with that. I don't know. I think the parents should have more of a say than the law. A 40-year-old person having sex with a 6-year-old, in my book, should be. Well, I don't want to discuss what it is. If you've seen the movie called Hostel, okay, there's a movie called Hostel. There we go. And I know that's wrong, and I know that what I believe in, you shouldn't do it. But I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. But yeah, there's a huge difference, and they do still sort of classify him as a sex offender. But I do notice in some things they do put, he was 22 and she was 17 or whatever. Huge difference.
Right.
But yeah, definitely check that. Go on.
You just kind of have to use good judgment. but I check on a routine basis and make sure that none of them are living really close to me.
Right.
And if they were, I want to know about it. I have 2 daughters.
Right. Well, you have a right to know about it. I mean, it's your legal right to know about it.
Exactly.
If
And
they
if that, it's public record.
if they move, I know they have to re-register, and I do think there's a lot of laws now that prevent them from living so close to a school or
schools
yeah,
and to daycares and such, but there are a whole lot of them that are non-compliant with their registration also.
Well, don't they go to prison for that?
Well, when they find them, I guess they probably do.
Okay.
But there are a lot that are non-compliant.
Okay.
So
But
we
yeah,
have them running loose and don't know where they are.
Yeah, but there is a huge, like you were saying, there is a big difference between some of the laws. I'm not sure about some of the laws regarding what age or whatever. But I like I said, I think an 18-year-old that has a 16-year or 17-year-old girlfriend, and that guy going to prison for statutory rape or whatever you call it, that's a little ridiculous.
Well, the way the laws are now, with what they've made them to be here where I live, both have to be 16 years old. The age is actually 16 for them now, and it has been for several years now.
Okay.
So 18, is not really it anymore, and the 16 doesn't get you 20 or whatever the sayings are. They both need to be 16 now. So, if one is 16 and one is 15 and 364 days old, they're busted. And they show the films at the schools at orientation, and they teach them all this. Although, the teenagers don't comply with it. And you know what? I actually don't expect them to. I think that's kind of ridiculous myself.
Yeah.
You have to use good judgment and teach your children to do the same thing.
Great. That's important information. And like I said, my wife's checks. I think there's nothing wrong with anybody, checking out who your neighbors are. I think that's important. But that said, we should probably do a show on that too one day. But we got about 3 minutes left. Thank you, Kinsley, and thank you, Deborah, for coming on. And guys, when I'm talking about the Adji case, like I said, I will do anything possible to get more attention to this case. I mean, anything possible, guys. So, I'll put a wig on, I'll wear some crazy glasses or something, or whatever. But please, let's get the word out about this little kid, okay?
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. And thank you again, guys. And
You're welcome.
we will be back on tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is GMT minus 5, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Maybe. Good night, guys.